This is the second of 3 videos about the Quakers Australia website. The first video looked at the general menu options, which are across the top of each page. This video looks more closely at the organisation menu, and the third video in the series looks at the resources menu. If you go to the organisation menu, you will see that the first item is Meetings for Worship, and if you click on that, there is first information about 2 online meetings for worship with further information about them if you want to click through. And then there is a list of all the meetings for worship in Australia. If you see any problems with these lists, any errors or omissions, please contact the relevant regional meeting membership secretary who has control over this information. If you click on one of the meetings, and I'll take Bega Valley as an example, you will see that you get a map, a little more information about the meeting, and you can, if you want to, zoom in on the map in order to get a better idea of where the meeting is held. Also, on the right hand side there is a contact button, and that will enable you to send an email to the contact person for that meeting for worship to inquire about any other information you may need. Going back to the organisation menu, the second item is regional meetings, which you will find goes to a list of regional meetings with a map on the right hand side that you can click on if you want to for a particular regional meeting, or you can click on one in the list. And I will take Victoria as an example. So each regional meeting has a picture of some kind at the top, some information on the right hand side about the number of meetings and the number of members and attenders, and then information which the meeting puts on their page. Down the left hand side are a couple of items of news. You can click on each of those to see more information about that particular item, and then on further down the page there is a list of the meetings for worship within that regional meeting, which again you can get information about. On the right hand side is a list of buttons which will send an email to the various regional meeting officers, including of course the membership secretary if you want to make any changes to information. And then also on the right at the bottom is a save the date, which is information about a particular event in that regional meeting, which you'll see in this case was their business meeting in April 2019. You will also see at the top of the page that they have a menu within their regional meeting, and you can click on one of those menu items and it will go to another page that they've established which gives information about particular aspects of the regional meeting. In this case, details of the Victorian Friends Centre. Going back to the organisation menu, if you click on the National Committees item, the third in the list, it will take you to a list of the national committees, and if you put your mouse over one of the names, it will give you the full name of that committee and then a brief indication of what that committee's purpose is. I'll take as an example the Friends in Stitches Committee. You'll see that, as with the regional meetings, there is a picture at the top of each regional meeting page. On the right is a brief description of their purpose and a button to contact the convener of that regional meeting if you want to send them an email. Further down the page is a box with a more detailed information about their purpose, and then information that the committee has put on their page. You'll see too that this one also has a sub-menu which enables you to go to a different part of their pages, in this case a list of all the completed panels by the Stitches Committee, and each of those again is a link to another page to give more information. So you can explore these pages to see what's on them. Going back to the organisation menu, the fourth item is related organisations, which is the other Quaker organisations in Australia, which includes QSA, the Quaker Shop, the Australian Friends Fellowship of Healing, the the Silver Wattle Quaker Centre, the Friends School, and Woronoque Kangaroo Valley. In each case, you'll find at the end of the paragraph there's a link to more information if you want to find out more about those organisations. The fourth item on the organisation menu is International Organisations, which provides information about the Friends World Committee for Consultation, the Asia West Pacific section of FWCC, and the Friends Peace Teams. In each case, the Quaker United Nations offices. In each case, you can click on the links that are there to go to further information about each of those organisations. The last item on the organisation menu is Find a Friend, and what you will find if you click on that is that you have to sign in. This is to protect the information so that it's not only available to registered members and attenders of the Quakers in Australia, and I will sign in using my partner's sign-in information because that's the best. I'm not going to save the information so that it's not available to anybody else on this computer. And so you will go to the Find a Friend page. On that page you can search for information about any particular member or attender by putting their name in there. I will put the name of Roger in the search box, and you will see that it comes up with 4 Rogers, one of which is me, and that gives my email address, my phone numbers, my regional meeting, and my street address. And again, if there's anything here which you see as incorrect or incomplete, you can contact the relevant regional meeting membership secretary and correct the information because they have control over it. Higher up on that page under the photo, you'll see that there's a link to the list of meetings, members, attenders and children. And if you go to that link, there is a page of PDF files for each regional meeting which gives information about the lists of members, attenders and meetings. And you can download those PDFs and print them if you want to. And those lists hopefully will be brought up to date from time to time as information changes. Once you've signed in, you'll notice in the top right-hand side that there are additions to that little menu there, one of which enables you to log out, but the other of which enables you to look at your account, that is to say, the information in the database about you. And you'll see that that includes your phone numbers and address and things of that kind. You'll find on the right there the indicator as to whether that information is visible to friends in Australia, because you can have it suppressed if you wish. If you want to do that, or if you want to change any information, click on the link which says Send Corrections to your membership secretary, and that will send an email, and you can indicate to them what sort of corrections you would like and whether you want information suppressed from other friends. There's also, as you can see, a link there where you can change your password for when you next sign in. That is the information about the organisation menu, and as I said earlier, the third video will be about the resources menu.